let us know, chat, if we're back. I think we are.
So did you have to kill the broadcast in order to reset everything, or were you able to put it on like a...
No, I had to kill it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but that was the choice. It was that, or I also closed down a bunch of my browser stuff because I had a couple things open for looking at things, but I'm going to use my phone.
Damn,
And,
we kinged our own Kong.
We did. So we'll see. We'll see if we're back. I think during the break we lost Lady Crossheart because her internet is also having trouble. But they were talking all sorts of wonderful, great things about us in Discord. So that made me really happy. So regardless, even if it's still just you, Smash Bros is here. Woo, we got one. Psycho's still here. We got two.
Wasn't the planes. 'Twas bandwidth killed the beast.
But you do sound better again, and I think my internet needed a recycle anyway. I mean, I work from home and I stream, and I'm on TikTok like 24/7. So you're still here. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad everybody's still here. So without further ado, let's get back to Pan's Labyrinth. No reason to sidetrack and pussyfoot around it. Let's just get to it. So you were saying a bunch of stuff, and it got garbled. So could you try again? I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that this is basically on paper a typical fantasy story. It's a young girl trying to escape her situation, being tasked with objectives, who possibly has like a royal lineage.
Mm-hmm.
And on paper, this all sounds like it's going to lead to a happy ending because that's what we've been conditioned to believe. But I love the fact that Del Toro takes these elements and subverts them. And even though he subjects us to some pretty awful stuff, but it looks amazing because, of course, it does. It's him.
Is that a hand?
That's just one.
Oh, I think Jesse has a question. It looks like a hand up. I think.
Let me go back to the chat.
It looks like a hand up. I swear. If it is, then that could totally be our hand up. Although I do think we should we should build out some other things for that. But okay. She's just I'm here. Okay, perfect.
Oh,
okay, perfect. Present.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one thing I mentioned before that I wanted to get into, we never really talked about the special effects for Godzilla. We briefly talked about them in Kong. All of these things are technical masterpieces. I think the last film that we're reviewing is more so on the CGI side of things. It still has some impressive stuff, of course, but the stuff that Del Toro does in this movie is breathtaking and horrific in the same way, it's just weird how he manages to do that. And I love that the fantasy side, the labyrinth side, the quest side that Ophelia goes on is so bright and colorful and like otherworldly, and then the quote unquote real stuff that we experience is just like muted and dour and blue. It's like it's one's blue or one's cool and one's warm.
It's funny.
I always thought that was neat.
There's a reason they do that. Color theory is put in every film, and colorization is there for a reason. And so they filtered the other stuff a little differently on purpose, like you were saying, the graininess of the real world. And it's not just that. So I would argue that the worlds are not different, that it's a story one and the same, saying the same story with two different viewfinders, if you will. So what you see Ophelia going through in Pan's Labyrinth, or in the Faun's Labyrinth, if you want to get really technical to the original title, they actually, Del Toro even came out and said this is not specifically Pan the Faun, but this is a faun. And if that's the case, then that kind of makes it even more ambiguous about what everything means, because there is this pagan-esque, the Greek and Roman-esque elements that are into it, and of course the English Lewis Carroll stuff that I was talking about. But also, I think it's a commentary for the way I watched the movie tonight, and I have a bit of a not a degree in history, but I've studied history a lot, especially Western history, Western civilization history, and this movie seems like an analogy for the world losing its innocence. And the way I mean that is, if you look at the fascist, the main bad guy, the protagonist or the antagonist in the film, he's basically Spanish Hitler. He and that makes sense because at the time there was a huge rise in fascism in Spain. So it makes sense that Del Toro would tell a story about Spain in that era because he's Spanish, so he's from Spain and that's his heritage. And so, if you look at it, he's probably talking about horrors of stories he grew up with, hearing from his family and his parents about the rise of fascism in Spain, which was not the same as the rise of fascism in other nations, but it was still directly related and took advantage of it. And so that character of the El Capitan is definitely portraying that element for the audience. We get to see what it was like to live in that era. And if you listen closely to one of the radio broadcasts, it actually takes place around the few weeks that D-Day took place in France in 1944. Oh. So it's actually taking place at the same time that the Americans and the French are landing, or the Americans and the English are landing in French to try to fight the Nazis. So this is literally a parallel to what we already know in America for our stories. And so I see the Ophelia's journey as her escape. Notice that the story doesn't write itself until after it happens in the whole movie. So it's really her imagining bad things that happened to her and her way of escaping it. And if you look at the parallels, everything that she talks to when it comes to the pale man and the fawn are very alluding back to what was just happening with El Capitan, if you watch very closely. That's just me. That's my take. This is why people wanted to, hear, the reviews. But that's just my take and the sense I got from it. And I got to watch the world's innocence just die. I don't know. Anyway.
Interesting. How do you factor in the whole Mandrake thing, though?
So if you watch really carefully, the Mandrake is just a root from El Capitan's perspective, but from Ophelia's perspective, it's alive. So that's still her imagination.
Right. But when it gets thrown in the fire, she instantly gets worse.
It's called coincidence.
You can't really, though? You're going to tell me that this whole thing just...
Again...
There's just her interpretation? That's your take on this?
So that is one instance in which something happens before. I'll give you that. But what I could say is that baby was going to go that way anyway. You take the story, okay, take the two stories and separate them completely. Set the fantasy world aside completely and watch Ophelia's story without that. And I'm not trying to chalk it up to coincidence, gods. What I'm saying is what I'm saying is if you take the story of Ophelia and her mother and El Capitan and you watch what they do, it's pretty clear that lady's not going to make it. Listen to the doctor in the beginning of the film. She should not have traveled. She started to get a fever. Now, just because a fever breaks during a pregnancy doesn't mean it's not going to turn the wrong way. Now, what you're saying is that because of what the girl is imagining through the whole film, and they do clearly show that she's imagining it, in my opinion, at the end, that means that she would have to, that somehow that one instance was, because it was ahead of time.
We got to jump straight to the end. Because how does the end justify that she imagined everything? That's what I want to know.
El Capitan's perspective, the real world's perspective of Ophelia.
Because he didn't see the fawn. That's why.
Exactly.
No, I just think fascism can't see fantasy is the whole thing, the issue, and I think that the things that are happening mirror things that are happening in the real world. Like, I think the Pale Man is an allegory for the way Spain cannibalized some of its own people during that time. And we see Capitan throughout the film freaking torture and kill people mercilessly trying to find out who he is. And that's like the Pale Man just gobbling up children. He is Spain gobbling up children of Spain.
So yeah,
and I think
we agree on that. I think we agree on that. Go ahead.
But you can't tell me that this is, and she's the only, this is just her little brain coming up with all these allegories for things. Because kids, they know a lot more than we give them credit for. But I would never think that a 10-year-old would have all this going through their head and just be able to be like, yes, that's them thinking this happened. I think those things really existed. And she just happened because she does have the lineage, can see both worlds.
Okay, but don't you think a child who's been taken away from her father who she loved and put with this evil Cinderella-style fascist dictator would imagine the shit out of a better world? Like, don't you think that would happen?
Precisely. Why would you think of some fairy children eating goblin
Oh,
fucking eye
oh,
horror thing? Like
because you have PTSD, my friend. You've already seen evil, murder, terrible stuff. Because just because we watched El Capitan kill people now doesn't mean she didn't witness some of that shit already.
for sure, but I'm just saying if she was going to, like, she clearly has the ability to think up a better world if she could have, which is why I don't think it was her. I think it was just her experiencing a different universe that's like parallel to ours.
Oh, Joker's calling you out. He said, "Who said, Fry Guy? Kids can see shit they can't unsee due to mental and physical trauma." And I think that it might be. We're on Pan's Labyrinth, alt, and I love that we're having this discussion. I love that it's two-sided, because we usually agree on films, so this is great. I don't think it was real. I think, and what's really interesting is I can tell you right now what Guillermo del Toro said. If you'd like me to say what he said.
Go for it.
He said there are plenty of clues in the film that say that everything that happened is real. But that's all he said. He didn't confirm or deny that it was. He just said there are plenty of clues that say it was, which I thought was really interesting.
So then why you gotta bog down the message?
Because wait, him or me? Him, right? Did you see what Joker said? Are you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Were you talking about me or Del Toro just now? I thought you were talking about Del Toro.
I'm saying, why are you sandbagging Del Toro? If you even know that's his intent, why are you going to go and be like,
because
oh, it's all in
the
her
way
head?
he said it was still ambiguous, that there are clues saying. He didn't say,
yeah, have you
it's
seen
real.
any of his movies?
Yeah, okay, so one of the things I love about, I've seen all but the one thing I haven't seen is The Devil's Backbone, which is sad because from what everything I read, I should have watched that before watching this time around. So,
yeah.
But so Mama is one of my favorite horror films because it's one of the few horror films with actual heart. And I hate movies without heart, and horror films with heart they're like unicorns. They're so rare. And I love horror movies with heart. And that's what draws me to movies in general. If a movie has heart, I will love it. This Pan's Labyrinth has a deep and consistent heart. There's a lot of feeling and emotion in the story. And I think that's one of the reasons we're both getting kind of drawn up and arguing about it, because the movie's emotional as it is. And I want it to be real. Don't get me wrong. But you're also dealing with a person that, for all intents and purposes, doesn't believe in fantasy in our world either. I don't believe in ghosts or Bigfoot or any of the stuff everybody loves. So you're already up against a brick wall when it comes to my belief in the supernatural. So then it becomes...
Yeah, but that's why you go to the movies.
I know, but I bring that with me to the movies.
Could you imagine, sir? Could you imagine you getting to the end of Star Wars and leaning over to someone and being like, nah, that was just Luke having a psychic break when he saw his charred remains of his aunt and uncle, and he's actually just in a psych ward right now, and none of this ever happened.
I like that.
And the rest of the trilogy is just, the nurse is the one that he thinks is his sister, and the orderly that's really nice to him, he's the cool jockey, space pirate.
They did that movie. It's called Sucker Punch. Anyway.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Could you imagine reaching that and being like, nah.
But I like that even though Del Toro said that, he still left it ambiguous. Okay, if you're going to talk about Shutter Island,
it's not cut and dry. That's for sure.
If we're going to talk about Shutter Island, I'm going to piss a lot of people off because that is a movie that I hold no esteem for, and I love.
That's
Scorsese.
Hilarious. That's one of Chelsea's favorite.
I know,
movies.
And her and I talked about it already, but I hold a lot of esteem for Scorsese. I think he's one of the best directors in Hollywood. But I cannot stand Shutter Island, and I think DiCaprio's phenomenal. I think he should have won more Academy Awards by now. But Shutter Island, I called it in minutes, not tens of minutes, but within minutes of the film starting. And that, as soon as I can do that, I'm bored. I was so bored.
That's so weird. If it's set in a time period that I enjoy, I can still deal with it. And even though I thought that Shutter Island was kind of choreographed pretty early, I enjoyed the journey because I like the setting.
Fair. Alt says best quotes in the history. Number one, Stacker Pentecost. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to read the quote. Today we face the cancelers and face them at their door, and we will cancel the canceller of the apocalypse. That's pretty appropriate quote since the next movie we're doing. I will bring up Sucker Punch because weirdly enough, I don't like Zack Snyder overall. I think as a whole, he's an okay filmmaker. He makes the same movie a lot.
He is very style over substance.
He is. He's a better Michael Bay, if you will.
He makes a really good trailer, and then you get to the movie and you're like, oh, okay, I've seen it all.
There are a few exceptions to me. Watchmen is one of them. Dawn of the Dead is one of them, and then Sucker Punch for me is the other one. Other than that, I think Zack Snyder's films are they're not great.
There's something.
I'm going to watch the Snyder Cut only because I want to be able to give my opinion. That's the only reason I'm watching it.
I think that'll be better anyway. I think I don't think this Snyder Cut can make it any worse than it is. It's already going to be longer. And that was my main problem with that and BVS is it felt like 6 different movies competing to be one movie.
Well, did you watch the extended cut of BVS?
Yes, and it was a little bit better.
It was a little better.
But not marginally. I still felt that BVS could have been 5 movies stretched over, Oh,
I agree. They could have set that up, a couple of Batman and Superman movies, where we get those actors on their own doing some cool
stuff. A whole ass Flash movie, yeah.
Yeah, maybe give me a Cyborg movie, maybe give me a Martian Manhunter movie, or keep one of them for the Justice League movie. That was fine,
So I have to admit, I hope that Pan's Labyrinth is a real world based on the ending, because otherwise the ending's just too fucking bleak for me.
That's why I think it's not a real world, and here's why. A lot of people think, so I think that what you have is either a little bit of faith or a little bit of hope. And I have hope for people in the long term, like us as a species, but as individuals, we die lonely deaths, and that's a reality. That's bleak as shit, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, but the things that get me is just the subtext and the elements and the background stuff leading up to it. And I want to believe that, whatever kingdom she was a part of or was going to join, they are weird enough to want the blood of an innocent child, But then I also feel like her making the sacrifice by not doing that qualified her to, make it into, I guess, the kingdom. Or
I do like all of that. But see, here's the thing. Who's in the kingdom? They're all dead. So what is that? That's her death rattled dream.
For sure, but I mean, they also said it was brought up in the subposition, I don't know, that the lady was reincarnate of the princess, and the princess was trapped in a mortal body, and she would need to be released. So she'd either gain her immortality by completing the task, or need to be released. And I think in the end, she managed to do both.
Now, Alt, I don't know if you noticed, but if you save up your points, you could pick a movie with 5,000 points. Or 3,000, I don't remember what it was. I want to catch up on the chat a little bit here because a few things have been said that I would like to address. Going to go back a little bit. Joker, of course,
know Joker's not a fan of
Sucker Punch. He's been saying it.
Just Jesse is. It might be a woman thing. Well, maybe because my wife watched it for the first time and she doesn't like a lot of Snyder stuff, but really enjoyed Sucker Punch.
But wait,
I didn't have strong opinions on it. I love
Sucker Punch. It's one of my top Snyder movies. So there's that.
Oh, okay. Well, regular or the extended one, or do you think it matters?
I like both. So the girl that plays the head of the nightclub portion, or she's one of the I guess I don't remember what she is in the real world.
Is she the one that played Silk Spectre in the old
Silk
one?
Spectre.
Okay.
So Silk Spectre is 100% one of my favorite unknown actresses, and I'm sitting here not even remembering her name right now, but she's in Son-in-Law, which we'll be reviewing some Pauly Shore movies over the summer, and she's in that one, and she's been in movies since then doing a ton of stuff, and she's fantastic in all of it. So for me, her and then Jenna Malone, who's only a supporting character in Sucker Punch. I love the whole cast. I think it's fantastic. I love the stylized fantasy stuff that happens.
Was Jenna Malone in Hunger Games?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because I know one of the characters that's in Sucker Punch is an antagonist / protagonist ally for the last 3 Hunger Games, I think.
If she is, I didn't see the last 3 Hunger Games, so maybe. Let me say maybe, because I don't know. I know that she's the girl from the movie Contact. She's also in The Ruins. She's also in Saved. She's also, I like Jenna Malone. She's awesome.
Okay.
So
let me look her up real quick.
We definitely don't agree on this film, but we do both agree it's a really good film and definitely worth a discussion. This film has enough in it that there's some meat to talk about in this film. Like really, truly, we can talk about it.
Yeah, she's in Hunger Games.
Joker stands alone with Sign, Team Fry Guy, at the pocket line against Sucker Punch. I like it. I get why people don't like it. It's not for everybody, but I also like, oh God, what's his name? The guy that plays the mentor in Sucker Punch.
Oh, Jesus, that guy. He sticks in Daredevil. What the hell is his name?
He's awesome in everything.
Yeah, that guy's pretty good. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. Just don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah, I love that cat. Anyway, we do have only 50 minutes left, and so I would like to give Pan's Labyrinth a little bit more time. If the chat would like to bring up anything about Pan's Labyrinth or their thoughts on it.
I'd like to know how other people interpret this movie.
I would love to get your guys' thoughts, especially if Lady Crossheart is still here. I know you love the film. I was just curious if you could tell me what made you pick that one and why you love it. If you would. All the pressure in the world. All the pressure in the world.
Okay, but real quick, Sucker Punch, that was the first movie that gave me motion sickness in theaters.
From what scene?
Just the whole movie, the aesthetic of it, for some reason, like, it made me uneasy.
Interesting.
That, and then later Cloverfield.
Well, Cloverfield's a shaky cam movie, so...
Right, yeah, that one made sense, but I could not watch Sucker Punch until it came out on video. For some reason, it being on the big screen was just too much.
This is probably why I don't get motion sickness, because I watch everything on my tablet. I don't care how big a budget it is. It's sad that you haven't watched it in a while. I definitely think, Joker, that you should rewatch it. It's definitely a film that should be fresh in your mind, I think. It's good for that reason, at least in my opinion. Cloverfield's my favorite. Like, it is. Why are we not doing Cloverfield? That's a giant monster movie. Another kaiju.
We can. Cloverfield was such a disappointment to me, though. Like, I never jumped into Lost, so I never got disappointed with like people who did. But Cloverfield suckered me in from the ad campaign, and then when I got there and watched it, I was like, "What the hell?"
It's a human drama.
And then, yeah, okay, the character stuff was nice, but I wanted more monster things to happen.
Oh, I didn't watch too much about it. I just went and saw it in the theater and didn't care. So, your family hated you after Cloverfield? You got to tell me why. Lady Crossheart just gave us a bunch of hype, but she's not giving us a reason why she loves the movie. Smash Bros says it's been a while. Joker, yes, I felt the same way that you did about Cloverfield. Holy crap!
Because I watched every trailer leading up to it, and I like dissected what this monster was supposed to look like, and I wanted to see more of it. And then someone leaked a toy line, so I got a big look of what it's supposed to be like, and then we got nothing. And I was like, what the hell?
Everybody's going to have to pardon me. My wife brought me some amazing chicken Alfredo, and I'm not going to let it get cold.
Yum, yum. Yeah, could you imagine, though, if you sat through Godzilla 2014, and the only time you seen Godzilla was when, like, the shutter doors closed? That's what Cloverfield felt like for me.
See,
I think a whole ass movie where we see Godzilla's ass and legs and tail, and then we only see that one shot of him screaming through the doors, and in the end, credits.
This is something that's driven me crazy about monster movies for a long time. This is true going back to a long time ago, except for the originals. Because if you watch King Kong, they show you King Kong a lot. They show you Godzilla. When they show him a lot.
Right.
But ever since there was this like need to show them less, because of money, and then people were like, oh, if you don't show the monster, then it's cheaper, and then you can just keep going. I'm sorry, but when they did that with the Incredible Hulk, and they spent half the movie showing him in the shade, in the dark, I was like, what the hell's your problem? Okay, show me the monster. I didn't come to the movie to watch Bruce Banner. It's not called The Incredible Bruce Banner. It's called The Incredible Hulk. MFers.
Well, that might have been a licensing issue. They're like, do we have the rights to show the monster? I don't know. How much do we have?
But it's not just that movie. It's a ton of them. Like, Jurassic Park
maybe
was
it was
refreshing.
like the YouTube copyright claims. They only had so much from Universal when they made it, or whoever had it, so they only show Hulk so much time without it being copyright claimed.
And I know they do the CG stuff for that reason, Joker. I agree. He brings up it's CGI is cheaper when they have black backgrounds, and I know that. But if everything's always fought at night, I don't believe it. Eventually, I'm pretty sure there'd be like an LA, like 72-degree middle of at noon fight. But
Well, okay. The fact that the movie poster was a decapitated Statue of Liberty and they built a freaking decapitated Statue of Liberty prop, I wanted to see more practical effects, but it was just CGI.
mm-hmm.
Like, and the coolest part to me were those damn things in the subway that make you explode when they bite you. Those were more interesting than the Cloverfield monster because we've seen them for more.
I know, and you actually see what their poison gives off and everything. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of things here. So Smash Brothers says original Toho movies were the best. So yeah, we've definitely been talking about that. Wonder Woman 1984. So Joker, you missed that. We reviewed that week 2, I think. And I think for a roller coaster movie, Fry Guy gave it a decent rating. I shredded it. I hated it. Yeah.
It did not live up to its potential, that's for sure.
Right. Smash Bros says monster movies nowadays focus on the human interaction more than the monster. I know. I would like to see. Okay, here's a monster movie, and then we'll get on to Pacific Rim after our rating. But Rampage with The Rock is a really lame video game movie based upon a really awesome video game from the 1980s. And I wish they would have made that movie the way the video game was made, where it's 3 scientists who screwed up and they ended up growing into giant monsters and couldn't control themselves, and they started rampaging on the city.
Honestly,
I think that would have been a better story.
I freaking love Rampage. It was one of my first arcade games, and I still like the movie because I think Dwayne Johnson can carry a bad movie.
I agree, and it was still fun, and I like George, so I was cool with it.
Yeah.
But
I think they did it well enough by making one like a pro-tag one, or like a unwilling antagonist because he gets nerfed or he gets gassed and goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the way that they set it up and the way they ended it. I thought that was a good enough way to do the movie, even though it wasn't exactly faithful and wasn't exactly as exciting as it could have been.
Right. Joker said that he reviewed Wonder Woman as well and shredded it.
Yeah.
By the way, real quick, Joker, I would have been on your show Friday, but I hadn't watched WandaVision yet, and you guys were reviewing the new episode, so I wasn't going to get spoilers. Otherwise, I totally would have been there. Just FYI.
Dude, yes, Smash Brothers, bring back the big rubber suits. I want to see rubber suits. I want to see rubber suits, and I want to see practical. God damn it! Like, even the new Jurassic Park movie, which don't even get me started. I'm so far up Jurassic Park's ass. I can even defend 3 Fallen Kingdom and World. But even that movie has the freaking smarts to be like, we're going to make a big animatronic for the new big bad. So that way when people do stuff on scene, you can be like, oh, that actor's actually looking at a physical thing and not a freaking tennis ball or a little mannequin with like a reference point.
So this is going to be a good lead into Pacific Rim, because a problem I brought up last week with monster movies, or even just movies with big action, doesn't matter how much, if they have big action and lots of destruction, the actors are getting too close to the debris for me to believe it. If you watch Pacific Rim, at the beginning of Pacific Rim, when the robot comes up on shore after it gets all jacked up from the kaiju fight, when it falls, it's far enough away from the 2 innocent bystanders that they are shook by it, but they don't fall down, and it wouldn't hit them. It might get hit by a little sand, and it was totally a believable shot. But Del Toro
what's so funny is this movie didn't need to be that, because it was literally just an anime brought to life. This movie could have gotten away with that cheesiness.
But it didn't do it, and it made it better.
I don't know if I'd say it made it more practical and realistic looking, but this movie could have done that, because when you got freaking robots using ships as swords, you can go as crazy as you want to. And I think it's nice that he didn't, because that just shows his style.
Right.
They probably do it in the second movie, the thing that you have a problem with, but this movie is literally just a manga or an anime come to life, and I love it.
It is, and I love it because it's from a nerd who loves that kind of stuff. Like, Del Toro's a fan, obviously. Yeah. You can see by the way he makes his movies. He's a horror movie fan. He's a comic book movie fan. He does Hellboy right. So let's rate Pants. Let's do this. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'd give it a solid 8. Like, I can't... It's worth a watch if you've never seen it, for sure, but I have a hard time recommending people coming back to it just because it's rough subject material. There are parts I will always like. I'll always recommend people check out the Pale Man scene if they're like on the fence just to get you into the movie. But it's not one I don't come back to this movie a lot and watch it. There are so many Del Toro things I do just because they're fun or they like get me in a different way. But this one's just like so serious. It's got such a strong message and it's not fun watching, which doesn't you don't always have to be. I think people can come back to Schindler's List and enjoy it multiple times, but I can't. You know what I mean? And this is like fantasy Schindler List for me, if
It
that makes any
is. No,
sense.
no, no, and it's set in the right era, and that's another reason why. I mean, the era is so full of PTSD and people getting screwed up that, of course, you guys. Of course, I'm going to shout you guys out. Everybody that comes in here deserves it. You guys are all amazing for being here and wanting to talk about movies. I figured you'd give it a 10, Lady Crossheart, but can you tell us why you give it a 10? I really want to hear what your take is on the movie and why it's one of your favorites.
Yeah, I'd love to know too, because honestly, like without the like, if this was not a Del Toro thing and it didn't have all that whimsical and magic for the practical effects, I don't think I'd like it as much, because that's the stuff that carries me through to know that we're gonna get to another cool set piece and another cool thing with like real looking creatures and designs and all that, you know?
I agree. There are a couple of special effects in this one that I was like, oh crap, that didn't age well enough, but the rest did because there's a lot of practical effects,
Well, it
which is
still looks
rare.
so whimsical. Even the stuff that doesn't look good in Del Toro movies still ages well just because the way he shoots it. It
That's
seems consistent.
that's fair. That's fair. Um, Again, a 9. I'm going to give it a 9. It's because this is a fantastic movie that everybody should see. I think everybody should watch it once at least. But the reason it took me, how many years did it take me? 15 years to watch it
Yeah, just
again.
about.
And it was because it was requested of me to watch it again. It's not even because I went to seek it out. I think I might have been considering it because I'm really into Del Toro overall and I love his stuff. But I don't know. It is really hard to watch. And I don't run around watching Schindler's List or Saving Private Ryan all the time because they're really hard to watch, but they're so good. But I think every
See,
so
that's
often
strange.
they need to be watched.
I watch Saving Private Ryan a lot, but I also pair it up with Band of Brothers.
Mm.
And I think it's because I like the camaraderie with the people in there. And that's why I gave this one an 8, is because like I can't jump to recommending this one a lot just because it's real dark subject matter. And usually when people come to me for a movie recommendation, it's never like, oh man, can you show me some shit that's gonna tell me fascism's bad and I need to believe my dreams and try to escape the horrible things that are happening around me. I definitely recommend this if someone came for something oddly specific like that. But like this movie is so niche in its genre. Like,
Lady Crossheart, you did not force me to watch this, and that's not what I meant. I meant, I liked watching it. Please don't take that the wrong way.
oh yeah, it was definitely great coming back to this.
No, yeah, absolutely. To me, I enjoyed it. It was something that I think I needed in a lot of ways. It helped me deal with some things, because it is
Shaving Brian's
tragedy.
friends.
I saw that too, but I wanted to address what Lady Crossheart said. Oh, you would need to rewatch the movie because somebody ruined the ending for you, so you sat down already upset the ending was spoiled. Yeah, that would suck. This is why I'm anti-spoiler. This is why we have the beautiful, I'll put it back up because we haven't put it up in a while, and I moved it and it's a little smaller. Now it's not right up in my face, which I like. Yeah, I've done a few things different this week, changing this live scene, which I haven't put up here in a minute, but those are the movies we're reviewing today. And has anybody noticed Fry Guy's new desk? I gave him his own desk, and I'm very happy about it. That's silly, but yeah, I would say that you should go back and watch it, Jesse. It's shitty when people do that, but I would say that even though it's been spoiled, the journey in this film is as important as the ending. So
Yeah. I've never, whenever I get in the mood for a Del Toro movie, it's usually either Mama or Hellboy or Pacific Rim. I've never been in like oh man, gotta get me some Pan's Labyrinth, which is interesting, you know?
has anybody seen The Devil's Backbone?
I actually haven't. I didn't realize that was like a lead into this. This one's a spiritual successor.
Right. It said that the same tones and concepts are brought straight through. I'm glad you like his desk. I really just made it, it's the same desk, but I found him the background. I was pretty happy to get him his own bookshelf, because I have my bookshelf, back there. And now Fry Guy has his bookshelf down there. And yeah, I know it's interesting. You guys might not ever get to see what Fry Guy looks like, but maybe I can convince him to come on camera eventually. So we'll see.
I just need the gear, man. That's all I need.
I think with your internet the way it is, you could probably show up on camera, but we'd have to set it up ahead of time.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll figure that out. Maybe you guys will get to see what he looks like. Maybe we'll do it for a special occasion or something. The other thing I did, I'm not sure if it actually showed up, but every time you guys do interact with the ticket stubs, or with the chat points, or the channel points, I should say, I'm trying to get us to 30,000. I think it might still show up there, so that we can have you guys help us pick in April what types of movies we're going to review, because we have May set aside for superhero blockbusters, because that's the typical month for them. But as far as you're saving your ticket stubs, what are you saving them for? Saving them to pick a movie, I assume. That's what I'm hoping people will spend them on, though, because if you pop down, that many at a time. Okay. If you drop down all of them, it's not going to be that high of a number that I'm trying to reach, but I wanted to see if it would work. I've never done one before, so I did posture check a little, but this chair sucks.
Check it again.
Anyway, I don't like being that far from the camera. I think I look weird. So, and I found my red beanie. It was hiding from me. I was very upset because I didn't have my red beanie for a while. But
that's a
would
good
I be
request.
willing to watch Green Mile and Life is Beautiful? Okay, so you want me to just be sad all the time?
I don't think I've seen Life is Beautiful.
Also a sad movie. But Life is Beautiful is it an Italian? I think it's an Italian film.
I've seen Green Mile. I love Green Mile, man. Oh my god.
I have an ergonomic chair. I have a really bad back with a fractured neck. That's why I'm uncomfortable. So, for a 10K raid. So the raid I put up at 10K so that people would focus more on the movie choices, because I had the raid at 3K, and I kind of wanted to even just skip everything up to movie choices, but get people to interact for a while to pick them. I don't know. I was trying to find a way to balance it. But if you guys, yeah, no, he's never seen it. I've never seen Life is Beautiful either. So let's
Yo, we could do a sad movie month if we wanna.
Could we do it in like the middle of summer, to where we could like go outside to feel better about ourselves? So...
Oh, absolutely. And maybe things will open up so you can like go meet at a park or something. We'll do this. We'll do the show and then go meet up in the park and like watch some stars and report back the next week. Like, yeah, I recovered all right. Or no, that was terrible. I'm gonna increase the movie. It gets a solid this rating, and then the sadness meter gets a rating. It wrecked me for a whole week.
Well, I think I'm going to think about Pan's Labyrinth for the next couple of days. I don't think that it's April is sad movie month. I don't know. We got to get there. We got to earn it and see if we can pick as a group. Otherwise, we have a huge backlog of movies we've already decided that we're going to do, specifically, set aside. I think I can show you guys my movies. I think I figured out how to do this. Let me see. I'm going to do this just right, though. Hold on. I hope it still keeps it. Otherwise, I'm going to show you guys all my stuff. That's not going to be cool. Okay, where is it? I think this is it. Oh, and of course it's not attached. Why would it be attached?
Yeah, I think so. Alt account. We just have to get through Pacific Rim.
That's it. Yep, Pacific Rim. So we gave our ratings for that. We can move on to Pacific Rim if you'd like to start.
Yes, Lady Crossfire. I have seen The Pianist, and I have seen October Sky.
Oh, Lady Crossfire, October Sky is one of my favorite all-time movies of all time, ever for all time.
What do we even say about Pacific Rim after coming off all these ones? I feel like the last three, there was like a theme going through it, but this movie itself, I don't know, it's like the culmination of all these things, but it goes in the entire different direction. Because like these three movies can be viewed as entertainment pieces just because of their spectacle. But this last movie is literally just a freaking spectacle movie meant to like keep your ass in the seat and jumping freaking popcorn and watching this thing, having a blast. There's messages in there about coming together and trying to face the apocalypse and rallying up and saving the planet from species that come from our own doing, or I think that's what it alludes to, is that we had something to do with that portal popping up. But like, man, this movie is on a whole nother level from these ones in terms of just like this one's just meant. In my opinion, it swear to God, it feels like I'm watching Big O or something ridiculous, some sort of weird kaiju fighting monster movie. If you told me like 20 years ago that this movie would exist, I would not have believed it.
Because
I would
everybody
have thought
expected it would never happen.
I would have thought Jurassic Park was as good as it gets, and like Roland Emmerich's Godzilla was the best we'll ever get, at least in the stateside.
Apocalypto, I've seen. It's good. I don't think I'd watch it again. Jason Bourne, I have only seen the first one. Please don't get mad. Pacific Rim.
I like all the Jason Bournes, even the Renner one, but I like Jeremy Renner, so I'm a weirdo.
Jeremy Renner started off in Angel, which is really funny to me. That's one of his first early roles, and so and he played the bad guy, so he's always kind of still been that guy to me for a long time.
That's funny.
I watched Pacific Rim in theaters as well. Smash Bros. It's one of the few movies in the last 10 years that I did go see in theaters. Anything with big punches has to be seen in theaters most of the time.
Well, I mean, you look at the poster too. They showed you the boat being wielded. It's like, okay, I got to see this on a big screen. Like,
I did like the kaiju getting involved as well. I think that was kind of cool, and they acted like hurricanes, where they kept talking. There was a cat. Basically, this was an alluding to a metaphor of weather being a monster. There was a lot of that in the whole movie, and since they're out in the sea a lot in this film, I kind of kept getting the impression that kaiju were these different categories of hurricane that humans have to continually fight. Anyway, if you wanted to get into metaphors, it's there. It's loose, but it's there.
yeah.
And I really love Lady Crossheart. The Apocalypto story doesn't stick to real life history. That's true. It is a fantasy history period piece. Still interesting and good, but Mel Gibson's an odd duck. Alive is good, but I only watched it once. I'm not watching people eat ass again. I'm just not going to do that. I've seen it. We're gonna have to do separate streams of us just watching the series. Wait, what series? Now I'm really confused. There's so much going on in chat, Fry Guy. I can't keep up. My brain is spinning. I'm kidding, of course. Eating ass. I didn't even think about it that way. Oh my god. Well, that's on the internet. So
I honestly forgot that they made SWAT into a TV series. To go with chat real quick, she asked if we've seen SWAT. I have.
I see.
I totally yeah. I've seen that movie, and I forget that it's a Samuel L. Jackson movie. It's also I think there's LL Cool J in it. It's got a really weird cast.
I think Joker jokingly brought up a couple of weeks ago or a week ago that we should do all three of the Shaft movies over, like the original, the new, the Sam Jackson one, and the new one.
I have not seen the new one, so that'd be awesome.
Right. And we do all three in 1 week. And we're open to these things. See, we want to set it up to where everybody gets a shot at picking, so we don't just kind of favor everybody. The reason I gave Lady Crossheart a pick and Smash Bros a pick is that they have supported me pretty much from the beginning. Not to say everybody else hasn't, but they've definitely been there. And Lady Crossheart has given me lots of tips on how to Twitch and how to get things going. So I definitely, gave them a couple of free movies for that one. But I do like that you guys are getting the tickets. I'm all about it. I think it's fun. So if you guys get the tickets and redeem, if we've already picked the movies for like next week or something, or if the theme doesn't quite fit, we'll have movies that are or months that are going to be completely open, and just like April so far is pretty wide open. That's why I was hoping we could try to find a theme, but we'll see.
I can make it. If you want me to pull a theme out of my ass, I can pull a theme out of my ass.
Oh, I'm sure we could. But
I don't think you're gonna like it though.
No, what's the theme then? Now I want to know.
Do you know what drops in April?
No.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, so you want to do bad video game movies?
Oh, we could, man. Well, there's so many now. We could do half of it on Uwe Boll alone.
Oh, Lady Crossheart, always giving the bits. So amazing. I love it. So amazing. Very, very, very awesome of you. Real quick, Joker says, you guys want to do a quick review during the podcast? I mean, we will talk about entertainment for sure. At least that's something I know we will talk about.
Joker
Games,
also
movies.
said that he doesn't think he suggested the Shaft idea, but he'll take the credit for it.
Okay, I don't know who did then. I swore maybe it was. Oh no, it was Captain Salty Dog. I gave away credit. I'm hiding shame behind my freaking microphone. So
Salty's gonna come get you. You're gonna get shanghaied.
I am. Anyway, Salty Dog is the one that came up with the idea. Late night, tired. But man, there's so much going on in the chat. My brain does not want to keep up with that.
See, we're not synced, so we would get our ass kicked by the kaiju right now.
We're not synced. That's right. I'm gonna go back because I swore there was something that was telling me. Lady Crossheart gave me the bits that threw my brain for a big loop. Oh yeah. Okay, so if we do video game month, okay, let's say we do video game movie month. There are two that I request have to be on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, 3.
Okay.
Super Mario Brothers.
Of course.
Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then Need for Speed.
Interesting. Okay.
Only because I think the first one is the worst video game movie ever made, even though I have nostalgia for it.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, because it's the second worst video game movie ever made, even though I have nostalgia for it, and it was Raul Julia's final film.
Right.
And then Need for Speed, because I think it is absolutely by far the best video game movie to date.
No way.
Period.
Okay, if we do that, I've got 3 that got to be on there.
Okay.
Double Dragon.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed. And Sonic the Hedgehog.
I haven't seen any of them.
So Double Dragon, I feel like is freaking terrible, but it's got that super. It's like Dollar General. We've got Super Mario Bros. At home, the movie. If you're talking video game movies, it's like it's so hard wants to be Super Mario Bros, but it's not. It really isn't. I haven't seen Assassin's Creed, so I'd love to use that as an excuse to watch that movie because I'm sure it's dog ass. But I genuinely think Sonic the Hedgehog is the best video game movie.
Joker just gave us 1,000 bits.
Whoa!
That's the most bits.
It's Smash Brothers right now.
That's the most I've ever.
Whoa! What does that mean? I'm new to Twitch.
So he gave us bits. Bits are real. They're like currency. They're like real.
Do we buy drugs with them?
I mean, people buy what they want with them. So I mean, if drugs are on your list, sure, you can.
Not where I work, that's for sure.
No, of course not. Although we live in Oregon, but that's beside the point. Thank you so much, Joker. That was so awesome. I'm very humbled and thrown off right now. But he's the bit daddy.
I was wondering what happened to you. You went kind of speechless.
I did. Okay, wait. So Joker says there was lots of love. Joker is the bit daddy. Is what Lady Crossheart says. Joker says, "Oh damn, I meant MrSnidBitS, not Smash Brothers." But as a butt pirate, he does pull his hair out. Oh god, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna let that roll.
You're gonna learn today.
I guess so. I don't know
it's happening.
I think it's an inside joke and I'm not getting it, but
even better. We got to watch the streams over the weekend, smashing himself. Okay.
I gotcha. Okay, so that's why. Okay, I'm like
now we have homework.
And I will check out your streams absolutely. Like I've been excited to do so because it sounds like we have fun pop culture streams and it's awesome. So we're gonna have to throw the love the other way, fully.
Yeah, drop me a link and I will tune in while I'm checking out Ready Player One.
Actually, here, this is the link right here. Oh, it didn't do it. Hold on. Oh, I can't type right now. Ah, son of a. All right. There it goes. Blam. If you
It's
click that link, that'll take you to his Twitch.
okay.
And then, no, that's right. Okay. They play, freaking Sea of Thieves. Thank you. And,
nice.
That's what they're talking about. It took me a minute, and I've been on their stream when they're playing before, but, once I get my Xbox Live back, I can totally jump in and play with y'all. In fact, I would, because that game is awesome. I haven't played it since it came out, but it is awesome.
We're gonna have to get you Game Pass Ultimate.
I had it, but oh, dude, anyway. Life is throwing me some curveballs, so I can't have it right now. So there it is. That aside, Pacific Rim, I think is one of my favorite Del Toro films, mostly because I can watch it over and over and over again. I know it so well that I didn't even watch it for this review because I've seen it dozens of times and I don't need to rewatch it, which is really ridiculous. But rewatching the opening just to kind of get the feel and the flavor again, I remember it. I was like, damn, there's a reason I've watched this movie 25 times. It's so good. It is just so good. No, but okay, to be fair, when I worked at the video game store, I put it on all the time there. So
oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's not just me, but that's just like I would come in and be like, what movie do I want to put on? Oh, okay, I'll put on Pacific Rim.
I'm not going to judge you for that because I've definitely wrecked a couple Jurassic Park VHSs, but I've also never had a job where I could throw a movie on in the background and just let it roll.
Mm-hmm. I could put on a TV show for the entire day if I wanted to. There was nothing I couldn't put on.
Right.
So
that's pretty rad.
Joker's saying there's 3 different game passes. There's the console, the PC, and the Ultimate. PC is good, but Ultimate is better. I don't have a PC that's going to play video games right now. I do want one that will play video games, but that's down the road. Alt says, yep. Smash Brothers says, but I did download Drake's Hollow. What is Drake's Hollow? Is that another freaking awesome piratey game that I don't know about yet that people are going to tell me about? They're all chatting. We'll keep talking about Pacific Rim. So, which is your favorite robot? I mean, if we're going to make this movie about the fact that it's a little shallow, then, because it is a little shallow, what's your favorite robot in the whole thing? Did I lose you again? I did. Son of a bitch. Hold on, guys. It'll take me a second to call him back. I'm not quite sure why we keep losing him. Not sure what happened.
Did you drop me?
Nope. Discord said they didn't want to talk to you anymore. Anyway, what's your favorite robot?
Didn't leave me at the firehouse station?
No way. What's your favorite robot in Pacific Rim?
I think it's Gypsy Danger.
So the lead.
Which is, I know it's cliche. I think the most interesting one is the one that's the triplets. That one I think is the most fun to watch, but I think the growth of the main robot and then unlocking that badass sword thing takes it for me. I've literally wanted to see that for the longest time.
The Russian bot was pretty dope in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
It really felt right on for the way the Russians kind of build things.
Yeah.
Big and clunky.
I have to admit, I'm a sucker for if it makes it on the poster.
What am I eating? It looks good.
And it gets a lot of screen time. It usually.
Oh man, we're having troubles again. There's no way my internet has trouble again right now. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I am eating chicken Alfredo that my wife made me, but I have to get up early, so she's trying to make sure I eat well before midnight. And Alt had asked also...
decent internet?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I can hear you now.
Not in this economy.
There it is. I was wondering when that was going to come up again. Alt had asked what's favorite scene in the movie and then answered the question. Gypsy Danger and Romeo Blue were their favorites. And then you heard the hang up sound. I did hear the hang up sound too. That's what kind of made me think. I was like, wait, I think I heard that. And then you didn't answer. Smash Bros tells us it's a survival game, so we're kind of going back to the Drake's Hollow. Lady Crossheart knows what I'm eating at this point. Alt asks, what is your favorite scene in Pacific Rim? It's the intro scene. I actually think that is one of the strongest intros to a movie before what they call a cold open, because it's before any credits roll. They set up the entire film. You don't need anything more walking into the story after that other than what's going to happen next. There's no exposition needing to be had. You understand the entire struggle of the kaiju. You understand what they've been dealing with. And that way, when they get bigger, it just feels right. You don't have to waste, this is why it didn't need a second film, technically. He managed to spend 10 minutes listing it and laying it out for you. You understand why the character's so driven. You understand that he's lost somebody. You understand that he did something nobody else could ever fucking do by walking that giant robot back to the beach on his own with his arm basically half removed.
Right.
Dope. One of the best cold opens in a movie.
Scene.
Anyway, that's mine.
That's a good scene. I like Mako's flashback though, because I like Idris Elba as a character. I feel like he's kind of a douche at the beginning of this movie, and we don't know why he's so protective of this girl, and then this just shows you why, the history they have. And I like that it shows what the kaiju started off as, which don't even seem like threats compared to what they end up fighting at the end of the movie, Like a big crab thing, big whoop. But, by the end of this movie, these things are freaking giant.
The shark at the beginning, it's half shark, it seems. I thought was such a great design for a beach or for an ocean-based creature.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, that's just me, but Fry Guy is hella laggy, I agree. Rip Yancey. Yancey? What am I missing? I don't remember who Yancey is. Is that somebody from the movie that I'm not remembering for some reason? You remember Fry Guy?
Yancey Becker, the older brother.
Oh.
He was the arm.
I never thought of his name. I just knew he was the older brother. So.
Yeah, don't you hate that when you get through a movie and you're like, someone mentions the character and you're like, who? Oh, you mean the guy that died.
Right. I went out of my way to try to remember Ophelia and El Capitan for Pan's Labyrinth, so there's no way I was going to remember other names. So.
Oh, God, right.
I'm already bad enough with names as it is, so. But I do appreciate that alt letting me know. Because, yeah, that's terrible of me not to remember.
So that's the other thing when I talk about this being like straight up an anime or a manga brought to life. They have such ridiculous names. Chuck Hansen, Herc Hansen, Sasha Kadavanos.
I disagree. I think it's actually based upon more of an old time, like a throwback, because the first guy to break the sound barrier in our real world's name was Chuck Yeager.
Interesting. Okay, but the bad guy's name is Hannibal Chow. Like, come on now.
If Ron Perlman was a different guy in the world, wouldn't he call himself Hannibal Chow? I don't know. It felt right.
There's a dude called Wizened Man. Stacker Pentecost. Like, these names are like, these sound like heroes in a freaking anime or something.
They are.
You've got such thrilling people as Old Man on Beach. Straight up out of Naruto.
Dude, I know. I saw Old Man on Beach. Wasn't that Halloween?
I think so.
Sorry, finishing my.
Oh, that's amazing. That reminds me. In the Lost World, the dude that gets eaten outside the Blockbuster. I don't think it is the Blockbuster. It's outside the store though. He's credited as Unlucky Bastard, and he's actually the screenwriter for the film.
You talking about Jurassic Park, Lost World?
Yeah, the Lost World, Jurassic Park.
Because there is that Will Ferrell movie, The Lost World.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
Oh no, that's Land of the Lost. Ah, there I go.
Okay.
If you could pilot any Jaeger, which one would it be? Well, first you got to find me a co-pilot, which, in my opinion, would probably be my wife. But that's
I was
going
to say, I don't think I would, just because of that stipulation alone.
You'd have to have that connection, and there's no even guarantee that it would work. But if I had to, like, I'm not even in very good shape, and you see how hard it is for them to work those damn things. Like, I don't I don't think I could use one. I think I would, it would take a step and then it would go, ugh.
Yeah, I was gonna think about like your regular stress levels right now.
Right.
For a living, I make beds, I clean toilets, occasionally I search luggage. If I had to fight a freaking giant monster and not crap my pants and also be in sync with somebody else, even if I could do that, I would not want to.
So Alt says, me and Fry Guy, you and I should do it. And so here's the thing. It might work for a little while. And then if we disagree on which way we're going to go, it's not going to work after that, because Fry Guy and I do really well until there's just a moment where we just don't agree, and then we're fine. But I don't think it would work in that connection. I think it would fuck things up.
Also, like, given real world tactics and things like the blitzkrieg, those pilots probably got to be high. Like, normally that wouldn't fly, but if it's into the world and you got to stop these giant monsters, they're probably putting them on the same dose of something and making them listen to like trance music for half an hour.
Kaiju Blue, man, come on.
Those dudes are probably yoked out of their mind.
Lady Crossheart, my co-pilot would be whoever could stand a Virgo. I like that. Joker says his co-pilot would be his boy Batman, who of course gave Joker his name, Joker.
Nice.
Your screen is still frozen. It looks like I'm kissing the head of the elephant. Now I really did, just because why not? Yeah, you're right about the fact that it's a bit of a shallow film, in the fact that there's a lot of eye candy and a lot of really big, fun, epic rock music. I know it's clipping. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm going to check my bitrate before I broadcast next week. I've been trying to get the stream going more and more. I'm trying to even get to the point where we could even do clips, and maybe Joe or Fry Guy and I can talk about our favorite clips ahead of time, and we can have them queued up for you guys to take a look at, because if we're doing reviews, you're clipping me and the elephant. I like that too. If we stay within the realm of doing reviews, which is what we're doing, and we show just the posters and we stay under 30 seconds for clips, we should stay under the Fair Use Act for using these kinds of things. And I hope that we never get dinged. I would make the argument that we should be fine. There's always a chance, because corporations are corporations. So if we ever get dinged, that'll be why.
You got dinged on another platform by using your own stuff.
Yeah, so I didn't tell you guys that. So the music you guys hear in my intro, and if we would do the Be Right Backs, is all music that I wrote, and it's okay. It's not amazing to me, but it's so I don't have to pay to do music rights, and I can just have music play, and I never have to worry about it. Well, YouTube flagged one of my videos, one of these stream videos that I put up, for saying that I didn't have the rights to MrSnidBitS Studios music. I thought that was really odd, considering that, I am MrSnidBitS Studios. So, what are you going to do? What can you do other than I put in a request to get my shit back? So
the bots at YouTube and Google are certainly not the bots that we feared from War Games or Terminator.
No, I think that Skynet is a meme producing bot. That's all it is. It's Skynet,
I thought we found out that Skynet was 4chan.
So here's a fun one that kind of plays off of that. Nostradamus, the long time known guy that predicted everything that ever was going to happen, right? Somebody thought of this as a brilliant idea. What if he really was seeing the future, but he didn't know what films were, and so every time he predicted the future, he was just seeing movies like 2012 and then End of the World and things like that. God.
That's hilarious.
Oh, the same thing happened.
Terrifying that would be.
It would be. He'd be like, "What the hell?" And he'd write it all down, and we all be like, "Dude, you're nuts. 2012 came and went, and nothing happened." And I think what a poor guy. Like, wouldn't that be a great story to see? Like, where you get to see as the viewer that it did come true.
Well, with context, but like, could you imagine like seeing the White House blown up by a spaceship before even knowing what a White House was supposed to be? Well, just being like, "Oh my goodness!"
He might be like, "What are they doing to the Romans?" I know.
Those columns look familiar.
Well, I mean, that whole city is built based on Roman technology and Roman whatnot. So
right. Oh my goodness.
Does anybody else have a favorite robot or a favorite kaiju or a favorite character or a favorite scene from Pacific Rim? I would love to hear from
The
you guys.
answer is always Idris Elba.
And I do love that they picked him, and I think it's interesting how little they let him use his British accent in movies.
Right.
They're always like, here, be an Asgardian or an American or a Canadian. And it's like, well, can't he be a British good? Like, would it really matter? Would it change anything if he were British in Pacific Rim? Really? I don't think it would.
Well, that's the nice thing about the setup too, is the global conflict that everyone's involved in. So you can throw them in there and just have them go nuts. Oh, that's a good answer.
I haven't seen that movie yet, and Guy Mara. I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw yet, which is a shame because I do watch the Fast and the Furious franchise, and I know that they made Furious 8 and Hobbs and Shaw because of the fact that Vin Diesel and Dwayne Johnson can't stand each other. And so it made me want to watch it because we basically got, the Hobbs character, which is one of the better Fast and the Furious characters, doing his own flick. But Trespasser is your favorite kaiju. Alt, can you tell us which one it is by description? Because I couldn't tell you what Trespasser is based on name. I didn't even know they had names. Well, I did.
That's the sad part about this movie, is that I don't remember a lot of the names and the things. It's just the moments that stuck in my brain.
It for me as well, and it's more emotion, and the music, man. The music in that movie sticks with me. I think it's one of the most rockin' movie soundtracks ever because it's just I just love the heavy guitar.
Did the soundtrack?
No, but I almost forgot this. In Pan's Labyrinth, I know this is a little back, but did you know that Guillermo del Toro wrote the entire subtitles himself to make sure the translation was accurate?
Interesting.
Yeah, which I thought was really great because that means that the writer wrote what I read.
Yeah, dude, that's...
When you watch The Devil's Backbone, it was a company that did it, so you won't get his original script. So anybody, you can't hear me. That's weird. Anybody else not be able to hear me? Because my mic is hot.
Wow.
Anyway, so the anybody who's ever seen Devil's Backbone, only with subtitles, has only ever seen the studio version of the film, if you will. They've never seen Guillermo del Toro's original screenplay because it's been altered, if you will.
Wow, that's messed up.
Kind of interesting. I do appreciate you guys letting us know when you don't hear us, because if it's something that's on our end, we want to fix it quickly. So thank you for that.
The guy that wrote, or the guy that produced, there we go, the soundtrack for Pacific Rim, Robin Djwadi, he's a German composer. He did the soundtrack for the first Iron Man, Game of Thrones, a couple of them, 2009, 18, and 12. Clash of the Titans, Warcraft, A Wrinkle in Time, Prison Break, Person of Interest, Jack Ryan, Westworld. I think one of the newer Medal of Honors, Gears of War 4 and 5. He won 2 Emmys for his work on The Dragon and the Wolf and The Long Night for Game of Thrones. Yeah, this guy's got some bangers in his...
He does. Game of Thrones, when you said that, I was like, that makes perfect sense because this and that were written around the same time and they have a very similar stuff. My mic is off. Oh, my mic goes on and off. I'm not sure why that's happening to y'all.
I was hearing that earlier too, but it's better now for me. Because you would go quiet and then you would speed up and it would gurgle. Blah, blah, blah.
It's got to be my internet. And Joker says everything is clear from his perspective, so... What?
He also did Blade Trinity with
Ryan Reynolds and
RZA. Is that, how do you pronounce his name from Wu-Tang?
I don't know.
RZA?
Everybody's into Wu-Tang, and
I think it's RZA.
I am so out of the loop on Wu-Tang. So.
And apparently, even David Goyer had a hand in the mixing of the music.
Then that means it's not going to be as good. I have a big problem with David Goyer.
He also worked with Zimmer for Batman Begins and The Island.
Interesting.
So he had beats that were in Batman Begins. I would imagine he probably did like the orchestral stuff with Zimmer, um, like the big Batman theme when he does all the heroic stuff and gets in the tumbler.
Joker says it's Riza, by the way.
Riza, okay.
Number one favorite kaiju, Gigi. I don't know Gigi. And I agree, the Pacific Rim theme is fire. Your favorite Godzilla. Godzilla is your favorite kaiju. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Why don't we didn't spend much time on Pacific Rim, but honestly, it's got a pretty simple plot, 3-act play.
This one's pretty straightforward. Probably didn't need a sequel, but we'll determine that next week.
And we are going to watch it because I would like to actually review that one, since this one I don't even think I need to tell you guys what I'm gonna rate it, and that's a solid 10. Watched it 1,000 times. We'll watch it again. Everybody should see it just because it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it a solid 9. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but it's definitely something you could come back to multiple times. It's like the other films, everything other than Pan's Labyrinth. Hate to say it, I do like the movie Lady Crossfire. I don't want you to think it's get the wrong impression. The other movies, though, if I seen them on TV, I would watch and enjoy no matter where I jumped into them. There's not a lot of movies that can do that. There's certain parts of like Independence Day, you come in too soon, or you come in too late, and you're kind of like, who gives a crap? King Kong, Godzilla, Pacific Rim, any part of the movie I could hop in and still have a good time.
I agree. It's one of those movies that even if you caught it on TV, if you would, and it's not really a thing anymore, but if you were flipping through channels and found it, you'd be like, oh, I love this movie. I could start right here. It's not a problem. I remember the beginning.
Well, interesting thing I found out. I was looking through YouTube trying to find and see if they had any movies available. They do movies with ads on YouTube now.
For free?
Yeah, you just have to watch ads.
Which is fine with me if it's the right movie.
And I think Pacific Rim might be one of them.
Interesting. That's really
So
really
if you can find Pacific Rim on YouTube with ads, I'd recommend it. I'd sit through a couple.
Luckily, we already had it, so it was easy to get a hold of. Next week, we've got movies that we're going to talk about now that we have rated the flicks. And of course, you guys give us your rating on Pacific Rim in the chat. We would love to see your 1 out of 10 rating. Please play the Pacific Rim theme for the end of the stream. I can't do that. That would be a breaking of copyright, and I'm not going to do that. Only music I have available is music that I've written. I apologize. As much as I would love to put the theme on, we could get this 10 seconds or less. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's the best. That's I don't have it queued up.
Okay. So, what if for the next week we get it, put it in one room on like a tablet, and then get like a can with a string to another can with a string, and then play it through there? Maybe it'll be garbled and distorted enough that we can play the whole thing.
So Joker got to hear the rest of that in his head. He said, "That's good, that's great, Ed. I love it." And then now Psycho wants me to beatbox, and I'm not a beatbox. Smash Bros gives it an 8. Lady Crosshead says it's a good movie. I'm going to take that as above 5 when somebody says good. Alt says I would have to put a lot of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many freaking zeros is that? Hold on. I'll get it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Hold on, I can tell you this number. 6 sets of zeros, so that's hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions. 10 quadrillion out of 10.
Woo.
Or a quadrillion out of 10, I should say, is what Alt gives it. Friday is going to be exciting. Joker, I'm looking forward to it. That'll be the one we go on his show. I think it's more than a trillion. I think it's one more up. I have to squint too. It's part of being over 40, I think. Do you really want me to beatbox? I am not a beatbox. I not at all. Not even a little bit. I'm kind of, now you're making me feel all like that red you're seeing there is not from the lights. Oh shit, they're all piling on to make me beatbox. I don't know what to do, Fry Guy. They want me to. I'm a movie guy, not a beatboxer. You want me to give you an in-depth opinion on, a classic film and why I think it's good or crap or metaphorical or philosophical? I can do that. If I beatbox, it's going on the internet, and I can't have that happen. So that's nah. I don't know if I could do it. God, I don't get embarrassed easily. This is weird. I don't normally get all like.
We should make that a bits thing. You spin enough bits, you can beatbox.
Okay. We could something, because you guys are gonna have to get me to do it. I'm scared.
We should make this a goal or a bits thing. Maybe we can beatbox when I do my face reveal.
Yeah, no, we do want to make your face reveal a big thing. I think that'd be fun. So I think
we could tee me up for that.
Joker, to answer your question, I think we will have the Fry Guy still stay as the Fry Box on your show, just for the sake of having the gag continue. That my partner in crime is a box of fries that sits right over there. So, which I love. It's fantastic. So we are gonna a million bits. That's a lot of bits.
1 million bits.
That's at least, what is that? Isn't that $10,000? Jesus, that's a lot of money. Something like that. It's a lot of that's a lot of bits. Ridiculous numbers.
Then we'll be bitboxing.
Whenever he's ready to come out of his shell, we'll be bitboxing. But I don't have my but going. I should have my but going. The best I have is my. Oh wait.
See, that's when you can say beatbox, not in this economy.
That's true. I could say that. How do I forgot how to. Man?
I
have drums. I just don't know where they are. No, that's not drums. That's a piano. I have drums, but I don't know where they are.
Whoa.
Anyway, it's irrelevant.
Really intense.
What got intense?
You did the piano, and then when you said I have drums, it like blew my ears out.
Really?
Yes. I might just have my volume up too high.
Oh, no. It was them too.
Christ, oh God.
What happened?
I don't know. When you do the music thing, it makes your voice really, really bad.
Really? Is it okay right now?
Yeah. It is right now, but as soon as you hit a key and then you say something, it's like, there's a word for it that starts with ear and rhymes with grape, and it sounds like that. It's not so nice.
Okay, I just out of the sake of knowing what's going on, I want to try it again.
Oh God! Okay, let me turn my thing down.
Warning everybody, I'm trying this again just to see what the hell's going on. So here it goes.
Hit the keys and then say something.
I hit the keys and then I talk. Is it loud?
No, it's not picking up as much. Get a little jazzy with it. Go to town.
Hello?
That's all. Okay, you're coming in louder, but before it was just like...
Hello. I mean, yeah, I'm just doing the same thing. It's weird.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't care.
Oh my God, look at all these bits. You guys are awesome. I can't believe all these bits coming my way. You guys are freaking amazing. Look at this. And thank you again for the compliment on Discord. I was just, during the break.
I don't know, right, Joker? What's going on? Now that we want to hear it doesn't happen.
I know. I don't understand. Maybe it's because I hit a particular key or...
Mate? Yeah, there might be something. It just doesn't like when your computer picks it up.
What? I don't understand what happened that was different. Anyway.
Yeah, it's. I turned it down, but even now that it's back up, it's nothing going on. But it was like...
Huh, okay. Well, I do have a piano, and I can jam around on it a little bit here and there, but not for tonight. I know you want me to beatbox, Psycho. I do. I know it, but I think we're going to have to set that as a goal, because I don't think I can just do it. I'm going to sound foolish, and I know that's
make
kind
that
of the
a
point.
really high bit thing, or make it like a episode goal. Like we hit this goal, or we get this amount of bits, and then it can happen.
Still at the picket fence, Fry Guy for president yelling, "We need some beatboxing." That's oh god, pretty amazing, pretty amazing. Oh, I didn't even see Psycho gave bits too. Psycho, you're amazing. Thank you so much for the bits. I didn't even see that. I was looking down at the freaking piano or something. Um, look at all the lots of chat. Love it. Anyway, we should probably call it good for the evening. And you know, my wife is watching the kid. I got to get up early. There's all those IRL things that, what are you going to do? But live them. But next week, let's talk about what we're going to watch next week. We're going to do 2 more within the Godzilla King Kong franchise. I believe we're going to go ahead and watch the 1972 King Kong. Thank you for the
Jeff
recovery.
Bridges one.
Jeff Bridges, 1972. So it's all about oil. And then we're also going to watch, Fry Guy, you're the Godzilla guy. So what's the Godzilla we're going to watch that's kind of right in that vein? Are we going to do like King of the Monsters?
There really isn't one, but we could just do the Roland Emmerich one to get it out of the way while we get up to the new ones.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, definitely not the 90s version.
I was thinking, no, isn't there like an original King of the Monsters?
There is an original King of the Monsters, but I feel like jumping from first Godzilla into King of the Monsters would be kind of a
jump.
Yeah, like over the Great Ravine, Evel Knievel sized.
Okay, so what do we do then?
We could try to sneak in Kong versus Godzilla to prep ourselves for the new one.
Okay, we could do that. We could
because that one came out a little bit closer, and it varies in quality. I will admit I have a soft spot for it, but it does not hold up very well. But it might be fun to rag on it.
Okay, so it sounds like right now we're gonna do the 1972 King Kong with Jeff Bridges. We're gonna and Charles Gronick and Faye Dunaway, or no, Jessica Lange, sorry. And then we're gonna do Godzilla versus King Kong, the original. Which I think we're gonna have to find. I don't think that's on HBO. And then
that's gonna be a bit of a.
But we'll figure it out. And then the other 2 movies are gonna be the first chapter of It, the new It, and then the second chapter of Pacific Rim Uprising. Those will be the 4 films for next week. So, like I said, It. We're gonna do some Pennywise, a King Kong, a Godzilla, and yes, it was Joker, absolutely. And we're going to do both It's, but one week and one the other week. So that should be fun. I don't think that we have anything else other than those are going to be our 4 films. You got anything else, Fry Guy, you want to add?
No, I think it was a pretty good show. We had a lot of engagement, which is kind of nice. It was nice going back and forth with y'all.
I agree. That's what we wanted, and you guys are really helping with that because and I know it wasn't great, but we want to see it, and I think it's important that if we watch the first one, we're going to watch the second one, and we're just going to.
We also like John Boyega, and at some point, I want to squeeze in Attack the Block because I have not seen that all the way through.
I've never seen it, so that would be really fun.
Ooh, that's really young John Boyega too.
I know, and when the movie came out, it got good reviews, and I was going to watch it, but it's just one of those things, you don't get to watch it all, not every week.
I totally feel you.
So
I only caught it because it was on IFC, but I think I only got the last half also.
I just got my first subscriber. Jesse just subscribed. Wow. I've never we Fry Guy, because this is us together. That is amazing. Thank you, Jesse. That is brilliant. You have been here since the first stream, and we really appreciate it. That is really, really amazing. You have humbled me. I'm amazing. Fry Guy, I'm blown away right now.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm like all grins. What are you guys talking about there? I'm really confused.
But are you blown away enough to
I see. How do you... No, not yet. Fry Guy only has 3 followers. Yeah, so Fry Guy is on my show primarily, and we're going to try to figure out how we can just do... Sure. That's one way to put it, Lady Crossheart. Sure. Agreed. Are you reading the chat at all, Fry Guy?
Yeah, that's hot. That's an atomic blast, as the kids call it.
I really do appreciate it, Jesse. That's really, really awesome. And I'm really thrown. I'm so thrown right now. You broke me. I don't usually get this broken that easily. So yeah. Anyway, that was really, really cool. Now you have access to the MrSnidBitS elephant. Jesse, can you throw that out? I'd love to see it. You'd be the first person to throw them. We are trying to do good streams, and we do have plans for the future, guys. There's some stuff that we're planning. I know we're going to try to get in, where to find the cool movies segment. Fry Guy's been talking about that. It's just a matter of time. And then I do think we're going to have some other fun things. Next week, I think we're going to have some polls for you guys to do, which should be really fun. And then there's other stuff in the commands, by the way, guys. Okay. So Psycho just subscribed to us, Ed.
Oh, wow.
So that's okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Oh, he wanted the SnidBitS elephant. Woo, that's awesome. There's MrSnidBitS, or not MrSnidBitS. That's SnidBitS the elephant. I'm MrSnidBitS. We're both SnidBitS. It's, I don't know how that all works, but whatever. No, and don't worry about it. I don't expect anybody to sub. That's really awesome that you guys are. Okay. Joker just subscribed, and now we have a hype train. I've never had a hype train, and I'm really thrown off by this.
Take that.
Wow. Just wow. I've never had a hype train, and you guys just gave me my first hype train, and I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys are my Twitch family. I love it. Fry Guy, thank you for that. Thank you. Oh, wow. And then Jesse throws all... Okay. Okay, everybody... Okay. Wow. I really am at a loss right now, guys. I'm beatbox to celebrate. I think I'm gonna. You guys earned the beatbox.
Oh, you have no idea, dude.
Okay, so I will do this because I really do love you guys. Really. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. I guess you just go with whatever beats in your head, right? That's just how it goes. Is that how beatboxing
just
works?
Jazz beatbox.
You guys want to give me like a pointer, like a good heads up on how to beatbox ahead of time? Because I'm not gonna do this well. But you guys are blowing my mind right now. Oh my god! Holy crap! Oh my god! Okay. I got a beatbox now. So, here goes.
Maybe you can beatbox the Pacific Rim soundtrack without getting copyright claimed.
No, hold on. I was gonna try to do music with it because that might help me, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think it'll make it worse. So, here we go. I'm gonna try. Level 3 hype train. Holy crap, you guys are ridiculous. Amazing. Okay, I do have to beatbox though because you guys have earned it. So I have no choice now but to beatbox. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got. See, I'm terrible. This is awful. I feel so embarrassed right now just for that little bit. But you guys got
that
it.
Was so
you
good.
guys got a little bit out of me. So I am genuinely like, if I turned the lights off, I would still be bright red right now. And that is something that has never really happened. You can ask my wife if she's still in the stream right now. I don't get embarrassed. It's not something that happens to me very often. So you guys have humbled me on a really ridiculous level. So thank you for that. And now beatboxing has become part of the game. That's how that's part of it. So now I guess that's what's going to happen when I get a hype train from now on. Oh my god, you guys are ridiculous. This is so amazing. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this is I'm shocked. You are gonna break me, and you're right, Lady Hassard. I'm probably gonna cry because you guys are gonna see that I am a truly emotional fella. Yeah. I don't really. I wish my wife was here to celebrate with me, but I'm not sure where she is. Oh my god. Psycho, you are going nuts. You guys are awesome. Holy crap! I gotta ask her if she's seeing this. I'm blown away. I hope maybe the baby's asleep and she went to bed. She hasn't even asked me if everything's okay.
I think she said LMAO.
My wife did at one point.
Yes.
Especially
a little
on
bit
this
up above
Sunday.
the chat.
Is she in here? I don't see her. Oh my god, you guys are so amazing though. I did not expect this. We just love talking about movies, man, and just we wanted to share it with people because it's something that Ed and I were talking about a lot, and holy crap. Wow. Joker. Dude.
Oh, dang. That's bits. Bits on bits on bits on bits. What do you say, Snidbits?
Thank you guys so fucking much. There's an F-bomb for you. I wondered if people would like this stream, and it appears that they are, and it just makes this all so much more, and I want to give it back. Like I really want to bring it, back around and do prizes and gifts and fun stuff with everything. I think that would just be I'm really humbled. I really am. You guys are amazing, and I love you guys. Psycho, you guys are freaking amazing, and this is really blowing me away. My wife is here, as you can see now. Bats is in the deal. Thank you, Psycho, and we want to take him to the next level. I would love to get more people involved. We could do a Fry Guy reveal, and he could be here, and I can actually make it so where he's I can't even he'll be over here sitting next to me, and we could both chat and do more clips, and just you guys. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. When I get my tax return back, I'm getting a freaking setup. I don't even care if it's like the most podunk thing I can find. I will get a Steadicam and a new tablet, and we'll make it happen.
We're gonna do it. I keep trying to say something, and I don't know what to say other than you guys have, what happens at level 5? I didn't even know you could click on this to look at this. That's wild. You guys unlocked a bunch of new emotes for me. I will be able to give you guys so many more emotes. So guess what's coming? You guys are going to get a Nightmare Fuel emote. My wife is mocking up the thing that Fry Guy put together now, and we'll have that ready as soon as possible. And then you're going to get a Fry Guy emote as well, because Fry Guy gets his own emote. And so that right there is actually ready to become an emote right now. So I'll be able to get that out to you guys before the next stream. If this goes further and we get, to do this more often, then we can also do this on like Monday, Tuesday nights, things like that, and really just make it so you guys can see us and talk about this stuff all the time, because we love movies, and we could tell you guys love movies and want to talk about them, and we want to talk about all movies. We're not like, oh, we got to talk about Star Wars or Marvel. Yeah, those are great, but those are just a small percentage of the movies we want to talk about. And so it's awesome that you guys are here and supporting us, and we love it.
Yeah, we had a Gosling powerhouse last time,
which was fun. I really love Gosling, so that was a lot of fun. So this is awesome. And I see you guys talking about horror movies all the time on Discord, and we can continue those kinds of discussions on here. And I would love to we're going to obviously do in October. That's already been discussed, and there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff, but we're going to probably try to sneak in, a good horror movie week here and there, because we're also fans, and Fry Guy hasn't seen enough horror movies, I don't think. So we got to get him.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sheltered growing up, so I'm a late comer.
There's some good stuff we can get him. So if you guys have ideas for Fry Guy's, movies that he hasn't seen horror wise, let us know. I'm so excited for next week, Joker. This is going to be a blast. It'll be nice to be the guest and not have to worry about all the shout outs and all the craziness, but you guys are awesome. Like I did not expect this. Blew my mind. You guys are awesome. I do feel like, I'm going to wait for this to finish because I'm not sure it will let me raid while this is still doing its thing, but I do want to raid. And I know that Alt had said that they were going to stream soon, and I don't know if you have somebody in mind, Alt. If you really wanted us to come over and raid you, I'm all about that. You have been here for the whole show, and oh god, okay, more bits, Lady Crossheart. That's awesome. Joker says, I might have a list for you. I really am ever scared of horror movies. My wife thinks I have an issue. It's because you're not scared of real things in real life, Joker. Life doesn't freak you out. So in my opinion, I think that's why. But that's something I said earlier. So a level 4 hype train. You guys are awesome. That's freaking awesome. 9 subs, 3,420 bits. Wow. There's only one more slot open for early slot, or for early people, or maybe it's only a couple, because there's only a couple people that got the firsts on here. Joker got one, Just Jesse got one. I think that's it. Everybody else just got a standard, but that means I got to get the there's a lot I got to do this week. You guys have made a lot of work for me. I love it. I really do, because I wanted to get a lot of these things going. Wow. So Alt, are you gonna jump over and do your own stream so that I can raid you? Because I think that would be awesome. If you want to do that. But you got to let me know. If I could get my computer to function. Oh, I see what's going on. That's what's going on. Okay. Oh, let's see. So you guys are just talking about the show next week. That's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about that. Fry Guy got a first as well. That's awesome.
Yep.
Which I was hoping you would get. I was really hoping you would. I'm going to see. I'm not even on Twitch right now. Weirdly. Oh, God. Don't open that. Of course it did. And everything's going to get real bad real fast. I opened FL Studios on my computer, and FL Studios takes a lot of computing power. Hold on, hopefully my computer doesn't crash. Okay, I managed it. All right, I'm gonna open up Twitch so I can see who's rateable, because I definitely want to go help the wife with the baby if necessary. Let's see. Although she hasn't told me whether or not the baby is asleep. Wife, is the baby asleep? I was hoping she'd tell me in the... Oh! That's an awesome freaking emote, Lady Crossheart. Bats is here. So, Bats, is the baby asleep or is she awake? Absolutely not asleep.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Then I need to get off of here for sure. The Supergirl raid, that is awesome, Lady Crossheart. I don't know. Oh, you can't see her. Right here, in out of view, is one of my Supergirls. I have a ton of Supergirl stuff. She's way cooler than Superman. You might even be able to see. Oh, that's right. See if I can point at it. Right there, in behind me, there is one of my Kami pop girl or pop doll Supergirls. I also have a Batgirl, a Harley Quinn. So very cool stuff. I'm a fan. Joker's just telling you all the deals. That's hilarious. Okay, so go ahead and get set up, Alt, and let me know, and I will raid you as soon as possible. I gotta do it pretty quick style.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
I can't parade my elephants around.
What? Why?
I don't know. I think I put too many on there.
What do you mean?
You don't like all the elephants. I don't know. I did a bunch of them and I had tried to hit send, but it wouldn't let me.
Oh, I see. That's hilarious.
Let me do the elephants, damn it. Oh, that's why.
Psycho's got some good ones here.
Wow.
We're all just playing with emotes. What a stream. Let's all play with emotes. I love it. I love it. Okay. We're all just waiting for the raid. So I'll see if Alt's on right now and we'll move on over there. Who am I going to raid? It's going to be Alt. And I don't have a whole name. So now I got to go back up and get the whole name.
Alt accounts be like.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
You and I can talk about moderation now that you have access to the chat.
Ooh. Ooh.
Am I spelling that right?
ALTACCOUNTSBELIKE.
Interesting. How am I not able to raid a channel that I know the name of? All right, let's see if this works. Emote war. You guys can go to town on the emote war. I think that's awesome. Let's see if this works.
Boop. See if that helps. There we go.
Oh, it helps if I do it right. And I have to spell raid correctly. Wow, I'm tired.
Growing pains.
Oh, and I got to get the S in there. It's alt accounts be like. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see if this happens. Oh, look at that. It's working. Holy crap. All right, guys. You guys have a fantastic evening. Thank you, everybody, for everything you've done. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Much love, everybody, to everybody who was here tonight. And what a great show. Thank you so much. Much love. Say goodnight, Fry Guy.
Good night.
Good night, Fry Guy. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.